Okay. Yes, I mean, this is what we are trying to do also at Socialbnb, to create a tourism business with purpose. We truly believe in a tourism that benefits everyone. And to achieve this vision, what we do is kind of connect local projects that have a social and ecological impact with the tourism industry. The big problem, and we've heard it before, in tourism that we have is that much of the money is not really staying in the destination. There's a great quote from a research from the UNWTO, which found out that of each $100 that is kind of spent in a vacation tour by a tourist from a developed country, only around $5 actually stays in the developing destinations economy. And this is like a great, huge gap that we really want to work on and to change by including more local people in the touristic value chain. How we are doing this is that we provide a platform where travelers can book accommodations at these social and ecological projects. We kind of, in many cases, try to give them access to the international market through our platform, and that they get in direct contact with travelers from all around the world. Those travelers book a stay at such a project, travel on site. They learn about the project, what they're doing, and have a unique travel experience. This is what we're kind of like offering as a new touristic experience, so that's attractive for tourists. And this way, the travelers support the region in a sustainable way, because the price that they're paying stays on site and helps this project to fund their work in the different fields. We have projects that are working on ecological sites. We have animal rescue projects, community projects, and also like marine protection projects, which have the mission to do great impact on the destination on the site. So what we're really doing is like including more stakeholders in the tourism industry, which are not really part of the tourism industry yet. These are kind of like organizations, projects that are working in the development field on the site, local initiatives from amazing, inspiring people who kind of saw a problem in their region, wanted to solve it with the approach, and they are kind of renting out it as a tourism, so they integrate tourism in their project work to fund it sustainably and increase their impact. What we do, I would like to go a bit deeper in our processes, as this is kind of like really important for us, how we really measure our impact, how we really measure that the impact is provided, and to make sure that like sustainable tourism is really implemented and that the money really stays on the ground. So what we have is like a quite transparent selection process, criteria process, that we are discussing with the local projects. 6 of them are kind of more to make sure that the project is really community owned and led, as we have heard before. So really locals are involved here and take the leadership and responsibility of the project, that the ideas are from local people, that they're independent from other institutions. We're checking their supporting network and how transparent they are about what they're doing, how they handle finances and stuff. And on the other hand, for sure, kind of the touristic potential, like how accessible is it for tourism market? How's the quality of the accommodation and the experience? These are for sure things we have to check as well, and as well like the environmental sustainability part. So how much impact is there on the environment? So these are things that are kind of like checked in pre-selection process. We do this like in personal calls to really get to know everyone, to learn about the project and to learn what they are actually wanting to do. And afterwards, they get kind of like access to the platform. They provide their profiles and they are like independent in using the platform, setting the prices and getting interaction with the traveler community. From the model, what we are doing right now is, as I said, the platform, we take like a business, like a commission fee on each booking to provide like our service to support them further in marketing. What we're currently piloting, which might be quite interesting, is also to see if there's a way to work with B2B travel organizations and tour operators. because we believe that we only can have an impact if we include these stakeholders in that. So what we want to make sure is that we if finding a way to integrate this offer of the social and ecological projects in the round trips from tour operators, that they can work with them too, so that we have more impact in the whole industry and make all tourism products more and more sustainable. Not only us with the direct booking, which is for us still like the best way, but we believe if we really want to make a change in the industry, which is our goal, we also need to work with the industry and kind of finding ways how we can convince traditional tour operators to work closer together with local stakeholders, with local products. That's what we are kind of piloting at the moment to increase our impact on this side. Yeah, Socialbnb was launched 2 years ago. We have nowadays more than 250 hosts that are working with us all over the world in more than 40 countries. We've seen a huge interest from travelers also, like there are a lot of clicks on our website, more than 25,000 monthly visitors who are visiting, and kind of there's a real demand for this kind of experience, what we see. So our goal is really like to spread it over and to scale it over different destinations. And it's also for us super important that this is not a concept that only works like in certain kind of countries or in like countries of the global south, but really like a global approach, so that we also find ways these amazing projects to work with in Europe, in Northern America, in Australia, for example, where we really see this out. There are also important initiatives that are well worth supporting, a lot of work to do according to climate change, nature protection. So this is really where we also see a good link with the tourism industry, and where tourism can have an impact everywhere, right? Often we say, okay, it's a great tool for like developing countries also to increase development. But I believe tourism should be a tool everywhere to strive for more sustainable development. There's no place in the world yet, I know, which have achieved this. So I think this is kind of something we should really work on all together as a global initiative. To make it a bit more clear, I just thought like 2 examples how this Socialbnb could look like, or what kind of projects we are working with. This is an example from Thailand. It's a sea turtle protection project. So travelers are accommodated in these beautiful eco bungalows close to the beach. So you see it's kind of still the holiday demand that people have, but they're also working with local communities, local schools, and are kind of part in research projects, and the money they get out of the accommodation helps to pay like local researchers, local workers who work on the protection area of sea turtles, for example. This is one great example how this could look like. Another one from Peru about protecting the rainforest. It's a reforestation and education station. So also there, it's the money from the accommodation stays used to finance further researching, also like tree planting activities to really recultivate the rainforest. And also they're trying to find new with local communities, old traditional permaculture. So how can we use like rainforest in a more sustainable way? So also when people go there, this is a great like learning experience to see how can like different things work, how can we use this nature in like a more sustainable way than it's used at the moment. So these are like just 2 examples. What we also launched to really see last year's our impact report. We really integrated from the very beginning, how do we actually measure our impact? This is really important for us to fulfill like credibility, and also to test ourselves if that's what we are like claiming and talking about really is put into place. How this is kind of working is that we integrate measurement metrics into each project. We are attaching them to the different SDGs, as you see here. This is a project example from Tanzania, which is kind of providing into 4 different SDGs, SDG 4 education, 13 climate action, 14 life underwater, and 15 life on land. And we were able to provide more than $3,500 in the last year through bookings for this project. So what we saw then is kind of like, okay, we had like the cost structure and asked, okay, what actually happened with this money? So
Alex,
we get
you have
like
2 minutes to go.
Yeah, we get like reporting. And here we could see that like with this money, we could finance more than 200 school trips from local schools that came on the island that kind of learned about marine protection. So this is like really measured down, like what was provided through the Socialbnb platform for this project, for this local community. And that's something we really want to scale up, and it's super important to really make this visible, and a great tool also to prove ourselves. Yeah, this is our team. We are like 5 people working full-time on this project. As Eugenio was so friendly, we also got awarded a few times. You see a few of our like supporters down here. Like just recently, we won the UNWTO Wake Tourism Challenge, which is one of the biggest awards we've received so far. Really prove that our concept has a contribution to the sustainable development goals. This is a great support. And yeah, I'm really happy and open for your questions and for your support to join our vision and to reshape the tourism industry to become a force for good. Happy to be in touch with you. Here are my contacts. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks, and I'm happy for the discussion.